This is Riff Cast coming at you with the power of suggestion to subscribe, 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 subscribe. And welcome to another episode of Riff Cast with Carlos
and Goodson.
Boom. On this March the 18th. 18th.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
In 3/18/18.
Yeah, so 4 days ago, man, Stephen Hawking passed away.
Yeah, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But, just mention it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Cool. Great guy. So it says that they released a paper a few days before he died, about identifying a parallel universe.
Really?
Fucking crazy.
I didn't hear anything about that.
I heard a few rumors with some people saying that he was like discovering something.
He's on the verge.
And that he was, not suicided but murdered. So yeah, they were saying like
I bet you found evidence about Hillary Clinton.
Or the lizard people.
Yeah.
Thought about Elon, and Elon's like, no way.
It had to be information about Hillary Clinton. She had him suicided.
She had him suicided.
Or she had him
murdered. Did
ALS or whatever.
Yeah, something. Yeah, some bullshit. Yeah, man, it's crazy though. A great mind of our generation, of course, before us.
Great scientist.
Yeah.
Great physicist. I just want to point out that all the people are saying, "Oh man, Stephen Hawking, he's looking down on us from the stars, from heaven or wherever."
Yeah.
And he totally didn't believe in an afterlife.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty ironic.
The closest thing he said he believed in an afterlife was the conservation of energy, how we just go back to the universe, and our atoms break down, shit like that.
That's where he's at now, man. He's just the great energy in the sky.
I mean,
the great energy. Right on, man. Stephen Hawking, fucking
R.I.P.
Yeah, great man. All right, so today I've been meaning to talk about it in the past couple of podcasts, but I always forget. So I wrote it down today. I wanted to talk about the FBI guy in the computer. Everyone talks about it. It's huge right now.
Yeah, that's why I keep my webcam taped up.
I wink at mine before I watch porn.
Oh yeah.
I let them know like, hey, it's about to go down. Watch my faces.
Mm-hmm.
So in our first podcast, we decided to have backgrounds of animals fucking.
Mating.
Well, here's the thing where I made the mistake. So, I was like, all right, I'll get some pictures. Don't worry, man. So I get and I know it's Arctic for some reason. I was like, I'm going to grab 2 of each. I don't know why. It just went to my head. I was like, I'm going to grab 2 of each animal. Pictures, of them fucking. So I did. But I type in the computer, lions fucking, penguins fucking, turtles fucking. And then, I'm on my last picture. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the pandas. And I'm like, wait a second. Why don't I just put it mating? It's just going to seem a little less awkward.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, the FBI guy in the computer is like, man, this dude's a fucking perv. He's like beating off to penguins and pandas and giraffes and some other bullshit. And so at the end I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Just think about if you had multiple tabs open and you were actually watching porn, and then he comes in on your camera, on your little webcam, and he sees you got a tab up that says animals fucking, and you're just sitting there beating
off, but with the sounds of actual people fucking.
Yeah.
Choke the penguin. Take it, penguin.
Yeah. Choke a penguin.
Choke the penguin.
That's a new word for it.
Yeah, instead of choke the chicken.
Choke the penguin, you give it the old
icicle pop.
I was just
give me the icicle pop, right? Whatever sound penguins make. Some bullshit.
Something like that. Yeah. I think they go like something like that.
I'm no penguin.
I'm not a penguinologist.
I'm no zoologist, man. I can't chime in.
All right, man.
I just don't a podcast.
Right on.
And so, should we talk about some personal news with some people that we know, who we'd like to aptly name the Bitch in the Cuck?
Oh, yeah. This is a great movie, actually.
Yeah.
Bitch in the Cuck.
Sounds like a great love story.
Yeah, so I knew these people, and she was just rather controlling of this dude. And so they were co-workers. This is how they met. I gotta give you all a little backstory on this, all right? So they were co-workers. This is how they met. They worked at the same place, blah, blah, blah. They date for a few months, and then she breaks up with him, and he comes crawling back, crying, like waterfall of tears, which I think is dumb anyway.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all right, I'll accept you back, blah, blah, blah. Another few months goes by, they go through the same routine. It's just a back and forth, and I'm sure many people have been there or seen it happen. And it comes to this point they're at the end of it, and they get in this knockout drag out fight like all day long, and it pissed me off because I work nights.
Yeah.
And they kept me up all day fighting.
Oh, did we mention that she was your roommate?
Oh yeah, she was my roommate. I'm sorry.
We'll give that information.
Yeah, she was my roommate. So there's this big fight, and she's already decided to move at this point. She's moving to a faraway place, such as a different state. and dude's not going with her. So that's gonna seal a deal in relationship right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they get in this knockout drag out fight about it, like to the point where she's slapping him because he won't leave, and she's like, get out of my house. First of all, this dude is creepy. He won't leave when he's told to. That's just creepy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And but this dude's such a cuck at the same time because she's slapping him and shit and saying, fuck you, get out of my fucking house. And then they make up, and he starts packing all her stuff for her. She doesn't lift a finger.
That's bullshit because he's not gonna get anything out of this.
He's getting nothing out of it.
She's leaving him for good.
He's literally being a cuck to the fullest. He's gone full cuck.
He's transcended.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck, I'm a cuck.
He's a super cuck.
Super cuck. He's the great cuck in the sky.
The great cuck in the sky is exactly what he is, man.
If Stephen Hawking was still alive, he'd probably talk about that.
And she's just a bitch. Well, like, first of all, let's backtrack here. She brings up. She didn't even bring it up to me. So, mind you, I'm her roommate. And I find out through her cuck that she's going to be moving to another place, getting a different job and all that shit. I'm like, right on, that's cool. So I figured it would be another few weeks at the least before she moved.
Yeah.
And then another week goes by, approximately a week, 5 to 7 days, and before I get to see her because I work nights, she works days. And then I finally see her, and she's like, oh, hey, tomorrow I'm moving.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
I know. That's why she's the bitch.
And the dude's the cuck.
Mm-hmm.
A story better than Disney could have come up with.
I know, right? Yeah. Beauty and the Cuck.
Beauty and the Cuck.
I'd watch that. I wonder what comes up if you type that in Google.
FBI guy's already really upset with me, man. Dude. I guess let's see. I guess we can't piss him off anymore.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Fuck it.
Beauty and the Cuck.
Let's find out. New incognito window.
Why is it? You know that when a lot of people don't know this, Google tells you.
Yeah,
when you open incognito, the government can still track your shit.
No, it's
not hiding you from.
No.
It's not like some deep web VPN proxy servers.
I do it because I don't want the cookies and all this shit. But no. So I already put first thing, Pornhub.com, Beauty and the Cuckold. That's what I got.
Nice.
Yeah, and then of course I got some other bullshit for what does cuck mean.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I wonder what Urban Dictionary has as a definition for cuck.
Let's go there.
Yes. Good old Urban Dictionary, the site that everyone can trust for their slang and lingo.
Oh, dude, #1 site. So you were saying about, continuing how she came up just out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm leaving.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Yeah, that's exactly how she said it, too. She sounded like she was on a bunch of cigars and shit. Hey, I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm going to a simpler time. Simpler place.
I'm leaving. Give you some space, I guess.
You have an hour to be out, by the way.
I like mustard with my taters. It's a movie Sling Blade, dude. That movie you still have to watch.
Yeah, apparently so.
Some folks calls it a Kaiser blade. I calls it a sling blade.
I calls it a cuck.
Some folks calls him a bitch. I just calls him a cook.
I call him free labor. That's what she calls him.
That's literally what she calls him.
Yeah, that's the fucked up shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, giving you like what? She gave you like a 2-day notice, pretty much. A 1-day notice of just, hey, shit needs to be out by now.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Yep.
It's been a slice.
Yep.
What a total ass.
I know.
And just like once we get, like we said, just using this dude for free labor, and she doesn't bat an eye at that. Like
no. So I have a theory about this woman, is that she sees her life as a movie, and she's the main character, and everyone else is just a supporting role. If you're not there at that moment when she's making a decision, you don't matter.
So literally, the title of her life could be Beauty and the Cooks because she's using everyone as a cook.
I would like bitch.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Bitch and the cook.
She wouldn't like it, but I would.
Okay, so I pulled up the definition for cook on Urban. All right, so here it is. A man who is desperate for acceptance, approval, and affection from women. This desperation has led to the compromise of his beliefs and values, the desecration of his dignity and self-worth, and his inability to stand up for himself what he deserves as a human being. Examples given: loyalty, fidelity, and honesty in a romantic relationship.
This is totally this guy. That literally describing this dude.
Yeah, that's his life. That sucks.
Oh, it is. But he brought it on himself. I don't feel bad for him because he knows what he's got to do to change himself and get himself out of this place of cuckitude. But he's not doing it.
I guess this move is good for him. And I guess it'll be good for her too.
And it's good for me too because she never respected the fact that I work nights.
She was a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's good for me too.
I guess everybody wins when she. I guess we'll just call Elon and say, "Hey man, get another Tesla. You own the fucking company. We just need another one."
What are we gonna shoot her off into space?
Fucking put it everything we don't want. Just shoot it off into space.
Wow.
I mean,
that would cause even more space pollution, man.
I'm no activist. You know, I'm no environmentalist.
Well, I'm not environmentalist. No, I'm saying like when there's too much space pollution, you literally can't leave the Earth when it gets to a certain point.
That's when we develop a big laser. Just blast through that shit. Now
like the laser on Hoth and Star Wars that covered their escape.
Yeah.
Like I like how they can. This was even on Family Guy. Star Wars, like we can literally leave this plane in any infinite direction, but we're gonna leave and fly straight towards the enemy fleet.
Yeah.
And we have to have this giant laser cover us.
Boom. No, I guess at this point we'll just start shooting into the sun. Fuck it. Hope they just get there.
Or even have them orbit the sun.
Or we could just call Hillary Clinton and be like, hey,
they know stuff about you.
Yeah, she told us about your polls and all this shit. Now you ran with Donald Trump or some bullshit. You suicide her.
Oh, dude, that would be great. If that dude, that's like owning a Death Note.
Oh, for real? Hillary Clinton is
if Hillary Clinton was like in your personal contact, you'd be like, hey, this person has dirt on you. Dude, that's Death Note right there.
Boom. Holy shit. That is terrifying. She's the human version of a Death Note. Wow. That's power.
That is power.
That's power.
Now get this, what if she had a Death Note?
Yeah, it's called Secret Service or something. I don't know.
Secret Service? Nah, dude.
She's got her own. She's got to have her own special secret. Like they call themselves the Clintners or something.
Well, you know, I'm not the Clits.
They call themselves the Clits. That's her special.
Oh, the Clints. I thought you said the Clits.
I did. But the Clits makes more sense.
It does.
That could be your special service. You know?
Well, you know, I'm not to say I'm a tinfoil hat wearing dude, but I do believe there's some shadow government or deep state that's below everything.
No doubt in my mind.
Strings.
No doubt in my mind. And you know, when people like, yeah, I'm gonna go testify, and they end up just dead. And then you know this happens all the time. Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he committed suicide.
Yeah, he committed suicide with a bullet to the back of his head.
Yeah.
Where?
I mean, I don't know. That's weird. But no, man, there's no doubt in my mind that shit like that goes on all the fucking time.
The deep state has to be a thing. You know, I mean, there's no way it's not.
It's terrifying to think about it. I mean, I believe we talked about MK Ultra on the podcast, and you know how they were just picking off random people, not even people who were like, "Yes, I'll be a part of this."
Yeah, they were experimenting on people that didn't even know they were being experimented on.
Yeah, that's the world we live in.
Well, yeah. Now, what I like to think about is they canceled MK Ultra because it came to public light. Gerald Ford had it canceled, pulled all the strings. But what if there's some deep, like I say, deep state or shadow government that picked it back up and kept running with it?
You never know. I mean,
because you look at, and this isn't necessarily a theory I prescribe to, but it is scary to think about. You look at all the recent mass shootings going on, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at all these weird crazies from the past, like Jim Jones, who took all those people to South America and had them drink the Kool-Aid, started that cult.
Yeah.
Or you look at the Unabomber, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s, I believe. These two dudes were test subjects in MK Ultra. I mean,
yeah. How deep does it go?
So how do we know the dude in Colorado wasn't, or the dude in Florida? Or the Las Vegas dude? How do we know that these were not test subject in some carry-on project from MK Ultra?
Yeah, the sad thing is we'll never know.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not saying I believe in that, but it's interesting to ponder.
I mean, the fact that it's just a possibility.
Yeah,
because it's happened before.
Oh yeah. Just like when people talk about false flag operations and stuff, things to trick a country into going to war with another country.
Yeah.
It has happened before. The most famous examples in history were when Hitler would dress up his German soldiers as. All right, so what happened to justify war with Poland? He dressed up some German soldiers as Polish soldiers, and they went and just massacred a German town near Poland, on the border. And they were like, "All right, we got to invade Poland."
Yeah, I mean,
and another thing that a lot of people think that the USS Maine, when it sank in Havana Harbor, that was a false flag for justification to go to war with Spain. Because that's how it ended up. That's how we got the Philippines and Puerto Rico as a colony. It's how Cuba became its friendly government. We still have a base down there because of that war. And in the '60s, people don't really know about this, I guess, but you could look it up. Not sound like Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Go look it up. No, there's like Operation Northwoods. All right, so the government had this, or not the government, but the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the Pentagon planned this operation to support a communist guerrilla campaign in South Florida and what have you, and set up false fronts, stage hijackings of planes and fly them into buildings, bombings everywhere, and blame communist groups sponsored by Cuba to justify an invasion of Cuba. And if they thought about it back then, what's stopping them from thinking about it now?
Yeah. And plus, gun control is a huge thing going on right now. Yeah. So, I mean, it only makes sense. Like, we want to further our agenda. Let's just...
Well, another thing that I wanted, speaking of that, to caveat that, these schools where they had this big walkout to do the gun control protest, not a lot of people are pointing out that the schools were requiring the students to do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, some students, a student in Ohio was suspended for staying in class. And another student who was holding up a sign that said, "Guns don't kill people, people kill people." The principal actually escorted him to a police car and had him removed.
Wow, dude, that is fucking bullshit.
So the government is making kids protest to have their right taken away.
That is insane, man. That's literally taking away the freedom of speech.
It's not a protest. It's a very you could think of it as a.
They're just trying to get
a rally. It's not a protest. It's a rally.
Yeah.
It's very scary stuff. Very 1984, if you ask me.
Yeah.
How they're all just chanting at the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
How they love Big Brother.
Mm-hmm. They're always watching.
I don't know. I could be wrong, totally wrong, about everything.
We could, but we could also be totally right.
And the world's a much simpler place.
Yeah. So if Riff Cast goes off the air at some point in time, you guys know what happened. We were suicided by the Clints.
Yeah. It had to be by the Clints.
Yeah.
Or somebody.
No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt in my mind. MK Ultra came and got us.
Oh, shit. What if there's an organization called MK Ultra?
Sounds like some comic book villain bullshit.
It does, doesn't it?
It really does.
Like the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, that's exactly
the Legion of Doom allied with MK Ultra to take down the Super Friends. It's not even the same fucking shit.
Yeah, no joke. That's great, man. I think I'd read that comic.
I would.
MK Ultra.
What if it was just one dude?
Yeah, what if it was
MK Ultra Bot?
MK Ultra Bot. I am here to steal your cheese. I don't know why I said
steal
that.
Your cheese.
But that's what he wants. MK Ultra Bot wants your fucking cheese.
Oh fuck, dude! Protect the cheese.
See, his whole mission in life is to perfect perfect cheese. So,
what if though he calls it cheese, but it's actually just money? It's like, I want your cheddar.
I want your cheddar. He's just an old school like mobsters. I want your cheddar. Come on, I'll make you offer you.
I'm coming for your cheddar.
A beep bop a boop. Literally,
he's programmed with the consciousness of Al Capone. I'm coming for your cheddar. Babyface Johnny.
Babyface Johnny.
MK Ultra Bot. It's coming for your cheddar.
It's coming for your cheddar, motherfucker. Man, so you said you wanted to talk about a Russian double agent.
Oh, yeah. This is in the news a lot lately because there's a lot of political ramifications going on about this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this dude living in Britain, and he used to be a Russian spy, and he switched over to be a kind of a double agent for the United Kingdom. And I guess he was retired at this point, but him and his daughter were hit with a nerve agent.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah.
What nerve agent?
I can't remember the name. If you could look it up for me. It starts with a K. But the nerve agent they were hit with was only ever produced in a factory in Russia. But Russia is denying it, saying it was probably an attack from one of their old Soviet satellite states. But I highly doubt that. Because why would they care that a Russian double agent lived in the United Kingdom and that he was alive? Because the Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Poland, none of them should care. Latvia, none of them should care. There's an old Russian spy living in England.
Yeah, no joke. Do you remember the guy's name, perchance?
Nah, I sure don't.
Let's see.
But Putin is denying it steadfast. But you know he did it. You know they sent someone to say, hey, go kill this dude. It was a revenge killing. Had to be.
Let's see what I got. I'm on Reuters.com.
It's called Reuters.
Whatever, man. I'm no UK person. No UK person. That's the
UK bot.
UK bot. I know MK Ultra bot. Give me your chip.
UK bot teams up with Ultra bot.
No shit. So let's see. Oh, his name was Sergei Skripal. And of course, I have probably botched the shit out of that.
Yeah,
and
probably.
His daughter, Yulia, remained critically ill, so he's not dead, in a hospital after being poisoned with a nerve agent in the southern English city of Salisbury. I believe, let's see if I can, this was written 5 days ago on the 13th.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they may have died since then. I don't know. Let's see. The tent covers a park bench where former Russian intelligence agent Sergei Skripal.
I found it. The nerve agent was called Novichok.
Okay, wow.
But yeah.
So they have the bench. Like, here's a picture of it with, like, a tent over it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so go to
So
whatever the name of this
is that the bench there, I guess, they were sitting on?
Yeah.
When they got hit?
Yeah, where they were found poisoned.
Wow.
On March 12, 2018. Wow.
Well, it's kind of similar to how just a couple years ago, I believe, when, like, Kim Jong-un had his brother killed in that airport. He had these women just walked up and put a rag over his face. There was VX gas on it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and just killed him because his brother was actually the rightful heir to the North Korean leadership. It was supposed to be him, but he was gay, so they didn't want him to do it. So, it's crazy shit that happens, man.
Yeah. So the Prime Minister, Theresa May, said the couple had been poisoned with a military-grade nerve agent, and it was highly likely, in quotes, that Russia was responsible. She gave Moscow until midnight on Tuesday to provide an explanation, or warned it would face extensive measures, once again in quotes.
What's crazy to me is the extensive measures they're doing really don't do anything. They kicked out a bunch of diplomats from the UK, and Russia's been banned from the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah,
that's
there's just a lot of shit
revenge.
Going on, dude.
You can't play soccer.
Fuck you. Yeah. So like you said, it was the Novichok group of nerve agents developed by the Soviet Union's military in the 70s and 80s.
Yep. Yeah,
it's fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, and the only factory that ever produced it is actually in Russia. It's not in any other former Soviet state.
Wow, listen to this. Novichok agents are believed to be 5 to 10 times more lethal than more commonly known nerve agents, VX and sarin poison gas.
Damn, that's crazy.
5 to 10 times.
And shit. Even sarin's very lethal. Not a lot of people remember, but in the 80s, there was this cult in Japan that was preaching the end of the world, and these dudes went into the subway system in Tokyo and released a bunch of sarin gas, killed hundreds.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, trying to bring about the end of the world.
What the fuck is it, dude? Once again, dude, who knows how far MK Ultra could?
Yeah, what if that dude was MK Ultra Knight?
Oh shit, that's what they're called.
Oh yeah, they're called Ultra Knight.
That
actually sounds cool.
pretty cool.
That sounds too cool.
I want to beat Ultra Knight, but not murder people. I just wanted to have the title. Ultra Knight. VX gas.
You're spraying it out of like these
like Spider-Man.
Yeah, like a Spider-Man deal. You have VX gas and Novichok coming out of your wrist.
That's how.
And you fart sarin.
No. What if we created our own, and we created that Ultra Knights, and we fought evil.
We fought the Ultra Bot with the Ultra Knight.
Yeah. And so we had the gases in our hands and just. And then we could disappear immediately because we're in a cloud of smoke already.
Which is made of VX gas and sarin and Novichok.
All of it.
Just a big mix of it.
And then once the cloud disappears, all you hear in the background is Ultra just like, already like 10 blocks down.
That's
just
fucking crazy, man. We're just running. Yeah, just
it's really hard to breathe in this gas mask.
It's really hard to being Ultra Knight.
It'd be like that movie where Batman took a break. I think it was the second Batman. And so, like, a bunch of normies or police officers were dressing as Batman to try to keep up the facade.
Yeah.
So you can have, like, a shit ton of Ultra Knights running around.
No, he didn't take a break. It was just a little vigilante group.
Oh, yeah,
They were just trying to be like him.
As soon as Batman...
We love you,
Batman! Can I smell your spandex, Batman? It's like Novichok.
Oh, dude, let's make a cologne and call it Novichok.
The common people who don't listen to our podcast will never know.
Oh, they don't.
This smells so good.
It's not gonna be real nerve agent. We'll just call it Novichok and see if people catch on.
Really?
Well, I'm not an Ultra Knight, so I don't know.
Oh shit! I'll dub you soon.
Oh.
I'll dub you.
Yay.
I'll dub you.
You're gonna dub me? I'll dub you Ultra Knight. The cowboy's the head of the Ultra Knight.
Did you ever watch Fairly Odd Parents? Okay, so
in passing.
Do you watch, or are you a big avid meme guy?
Every now and then.
The Doug Dimmadome thing?
I have no clue.
Okay, so Doug Dimmadome's the Fairly Odd Parents. He's like this rich dude, and he's like, your typical Texan. He has like this hat that just like extends into infinity.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be the guy who's gonna be the leader of the Ultra Knights.
He's the leader of the Ultra Knights.
Just a big ass hat. I dub you, Dimmadome,
Ultra Knight. Y2K.
Here's your infinity space hat.
Yeah.
Go do.
Yeah, all the Ultra Knights have Stetsons that reach up into the atmosphere, into the ionosphere.
That'd be fucking priceless.
That's how he's propagating. That's how he's gonna do weather control. Because all these hats are just gonna be stirring
chemtrails.
They're not chemtrails. They're just literally stirring the atmosphere like a stew.
Every time they walk
walking around. Yeah.
That's fucking insane, dude. I'd laugh at that if that was
I would too.
That's priceless.
Man, but the government was even used to be big on weather control, and they actually talked about it. The HARP facility in Alaska, which recently closed down.
Oh, I didn't know it recently closed down. Wow.
Yeah. They were just shooting rays into the ionosphere to see if they can do basically weather control. And by rays, I mean like just super strong signals that would send pulses of it. And they say it was a study and research thing just to see what would happen. But a lot of conspiracy theorists out there believe that it was the cause of tsunamis and earthquakes and hurricanes and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know how much of that may be true. I don't know. But I do know that the government has done extensive research into, say, cloud seeding, which is something they've been doing in California to try to make it rain because of that drought that's been going on over there.
Yep.
So we do know weather control is real.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, there's no doubt.
So next time there's a hurricane coming, blame George Bush.
Call your Ultra Knight.
Yeah, call the Ultra Knight.
You know what you need. You need Ultra Knight.
No, you have to buy the WeatherBot app to go with your Ultra Knight.
Oh, yeah, you just need to download it. Yeah, it's only going to cost $50. That's the same price of what I paid for the actual fucking bad. That's another thing, dude, is video games are getting bad about that, man.
Yeah, dude. I miss the days when you could pay full price for a video game, and it was the entire game.
Fucking game.
And it was the entire game. You didn't have to pay full price for half a game. Because the developers are too lazy to make the whole game. Oh, we're going to release the rest of the game a month from now.
Yeah, well, and we'll charge like half the same price. But we'll release another DLC for the same price, and then you'll finally have the full game. Yeah. There are a few game companies that do free DLC still, which is pretty cool.
Free or super cheap ones.
Yeah, which if it's like really cheap, reasonable, not like
I will say the biggest propagator of the overpriced games and overpriced DLCs and pay to win. The biggest, I guess, criminal in this aspect is EA Games. Oh, dude, they are the worst at doing that shit.
No doubt.
They took Battlefront and ruined it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, there were people fucking protesting about it for so long.
Of course.
And I saw memes. I don't know if it was actually true for Photoshop, but honestly, I can believe it was true. So, like, during Black Friday, like, where they had all the games on sale, everything was sold out except for Battlefront. It just had, like, rows and rows of Battlefront.
I like the meme of Star Wars. It's in Episode 3, where he's like, it's over, Anakin, I have the high ground.
Oh, yeah.
And Obi-Wan's like, it's over, Anakin. I purchased the high ground DLC for $13.99.
Yeah, fucking priceless. Listen to this. So, Russian voters gave President Vladimir V. Putin their resounding approval for a fourth term on Sunday. Russian voters did.
I doubt it was Russian voters.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
The Russian voters. Yeah, no
yeah,
way.
no.
He's probably got his own Clint's.
The Russian political system is very easily rigged. As a matter of fact, I was paying a lot of attention to the Russian election this year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he had an opponent that was running against him.
Was he suicided?
No, he was declared not allowed to run for some technicality. So...
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah, so, if you got the guy, so you got two electors, or you got two possible presidents, and one of them was taken out. Well, then who the fuck are you going to vote for? So yeah, of course, all the Russian voters are going to be like, Putin.
It was like I read this newspaper when I was a kid, before the Iraq War, and it said Saddam wins election in landslide victory. It's like, of course he did. If you voted against him, you got killed.
Yeah, you suicide. He had his own Clint's.
No, he didn't suicide you. He just straight up killed you. I mean, he didn't do it. The Ba'ath Party would, but
Yeah. Jesus, dude.
Yeah, dude. So these dictators will hold false elections just to prove to the UN that they're not a dictatorship. But come on.
Yeah, let's be real.
It's like North Korea putting on an election. Everyone knows.
Yeah, at this point, the world knows. Just stop hiding it. Exactly. At this point, you're just doing it to convince yourself. That's literally it.
It really is.
So let's see what else we got.
Yeah, man. Let's just pull up some random shit, man. Let's see where this rabbit hole can take us.
Right now, I'm pulling up Syrian rebels backed by Turkey seize control of Africa.
You see, that's very weird, man. Because back when ISIS was still a thing, a big thing, when they were a major player in the Middle East, they were actually selling oil to Turkey. That's where they're getting their money from. They were selling oil to Turkey, which people need to know that Turkey is a NATO nation. Like,
oh, wow.
So that's literally our military ally doing backdoor deals with ISIS. Yeah.
Yeah, here we are. Good guy America is like, okay, you're still in trouble. We got you.
Yeah. Well, and that's the crazy part. That's why a lot of people were tripping a couple years ago, because they literally thought World War III was about to start. Because when Russia got involved backing Syria, Turkey shot down a bunch of, I think it was a couple Russian helicopters. And then shortly after Trump got elected, we launched like 59 cruise missiles at a Syrian air base that had Russians on it.
Yeah.
So damn crazy.
Yeah, so apparently they had a 2-month-long military operation against the Kurdish militias.
Oh, the Kurds?
Yeah, in the enclave in Syria.
Yeah. So basically the story there is the Kurds have been kind of this oppressed Muslim group in Iraq and Turkey and Syria in that area. And so in the first Gulf War, we invaded Iraq to kick them out of Kuwait, and we promised to give the Kurds backing after the war to help them do a civil war against Iraq. And essentially, we never did. And they've kind of been in this little civil war thing. Saddam he would genocide Kurds. He'd gas them and all that shit. And then, so the second war comes along and blah, 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 and we still don't help the Kurds. So now, the Kurds, when ISIS did their thing, they marched all over Kurdish territory. And there's so many documentaries and so many articles you can read about the Kurdish fight against ISIS. And a lot of foreigners actually went to go fight with the Kurds against ISIS. A lot of people call them the PPG and the YPG. That's the name of these two Kurdish militias. And Turkey hates the Kurds too, because some of the territory that the Kurds are claiming is in Turkey. They consider them terrorists, even though the United States doesn't.
Wow.
Even though we're both NATO nations. It's very strange stuff going on. It's really hard to keep track of who's who and who's fighting who over there. But it's important. It's important because one day somebody's going to kill the wrong person.
Yeah.
And then it's going to trigger something big.
Yeah, and the scary thing is, man, who knows how close we are to that.
Exactly.
It could be today. It could be right now.
They did not know in 1913 that Franz Ferdinand getting killed was going to start World War I. They didn't know it. And they didn't know he was going to die that day. They didn't know World War I was going to start that day.
Yeah.
World War I could literally start. World War III could literally start anytime.
Yeah. So you're saying some 20,000 civilians have already fled to government-held areas. It's a lot of fucking people.
What, the Syrian government-held areas?
It doesn't say, but I'm assuming.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, if they're getting their basic needs, it's a lot of fucking people.
It is.
I'd imagine they're going through fucking tough times.
Oh yeah, the Syrian civil war tore a lot of shit up. It's crazy over there, but it's not just over there. You have this dictator in the Philippines doing some horrible shit. Basically, if you're a drug addict or drug dealer, they have death squads going around killing you. Jesus. And he's proud of that. He brags about it.
What?
Yeah. He brags about how many drug users his death squads kill.
Wow. Actually, speaking on that, did you really hear about Trump's declaration on the opioid epidemic?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I don't know the details.
Okay. Well, so Monday he will release a plan to combat the opioid epidemic that includes the controversial move to use the death penalty for some drugs dealers. I'd imagine if you're pushing a shit ton of fucking opioids, that yeah.
Well, I can see where he's going with it, because you're feeding people's addictions. If they overdose, you're technically an accessory to murder.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I also I agree with it because I'm all for personal freedom.
Yeah.
I think we should legalize all drugs, but I do believe if there is like an evil voodoo, like not voodoo, evil bad guy drug out there, it's opioids. And the only reason I think it should be legalized is so people aren't scared to find help. People can get help better, and they can do it under safer conditions.
Well, I mean, that's the only part that we stand different on. I think the only thing that should be legal is maybe everything that's just literally born from the earth. Well, I guess the poppy plant, but I guess it goes through the process before it's opium anyway. So technically, I guess that wouldn't be a thing.
Not necessarily.
I just don't know. I'm not a.
You're talking about poppy. Like there's opium.
Yeah, but probably not as much as until it becomes like man-made. I'd assume.
Nah.
I'd assume.
Nah.
Like I said, I'm not 100%. I'm no zoologist, man.
You're assuming wrong.
This is why we have
opium comes from the earth.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It does, but I don't think it's as potent, isn't it? Before it goes through, before like humans fuck with it, right? Or is it just like you can go get it and just like boom, you're already fucking like
you're already fucking.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, if a lot of soldiers got in trouble for this, not big trouble, but in Afghanistan, they sell this dip, like tobacco dip.
Shit!
It's got opium in it.
Holy shit!
And they put it in their lip, and a lot of them will throw up and pass out and just go to sleep or just sit there and not do anything. I've seen videos of it. It's hilarious.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah, so no, you can just literally just put opium in your lip and you'll start feeling it. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, like I said, within reason, and I personally don't believe anything man-made should be legal. I think. I think if it's natural, do it. But people also need to learn how to respect such things. You don't just go and like.
What about alcohol?
I mean, man, that's hard to say. Once it's sort of natural because it's made from you can go ahead and ferment something that's natural.
So is meth. So is cocaine.
I thought meth was man-made.
Well, it all comes from natural stuff.
Well, okay, Well, I guess alcohol is done with. Actually, you can totally take out the man-made process. All you got to do is put some shit like in some fucking.
It's still man-made process.
Yeah, but technically it's all natural. I guess you could. I don't know, man.
Putting it together is the man-made.
Well, I know meth has a bunch of chemicals like.
That's to cut it. Amphetamines don't come from those chemicals.
I just like I said, I'm no drug.
Yeah, that's where I have to disagree with you though, because if we legalize it all, because a country named Portugal has already done this, drug use dropped, crime rate dropped, and the rate in which people sought help to get off those drugs increased.
I mean, if that's the case, then sure, but I think little at a time.
Because I believe if you do that, one, you're going to take money away from the bad people that are pushing these drugs. Say the cartels in Mexico, and they'll eventually die out or get pissed or go on to something else.
Or start World War III.
Yeah, or start World War III. Go suicide the wrong person.
Yeah.
Or, and also I believe that when it's legal, people are not scared to find help. That's what people need. People that are hooked on opioids, especially, they need help.
I think that's what it should be. I don't think
they shouldn't sit in jail.
I don't think that should be the case. I agree with that. If they're going to seek help and they legitimately want to, turn their life around, there should be, instead of going to jail, they should be like, oh, we're going to put you in meetings. We're going to send you to groups. We're going to make sure that you're doing this. Help you get on the right track. But nothing that's like, severe. But make sure that they get the help, and there should be no repercussions. Like, hey, I fucked up. I'm like they're already. I mean,
being
punished for it.
There's methadone clinics and stuff like that. But to me, being punished for your opioid addiction is being addicted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're already going through hell. I think that if they're going to seek help and actually try to change their life around, then yeah, there shouldn't be like jail time. but there should be like, hey, we're gonna fucking make sure this works. We're gonna put you through this program, something. I don't know, like no expert on bullshit. I'm not really saying it. But like figure out a program that'll help people actually work their way to being sober.
Right.
And not like, oh, we're just gonna lock you up in jail. Like, hey, yeah, we're gonna help you out for a second, throw you in jail. We're gonna go through withdrawals again, freak out. As soon as you get back out, you're gonna be going to fucking shoot up again or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a totally wrong way to do it.
It could be.
If we do end up legalizing all things, I think maybe we should slow process. And I think it all starts with marijuana, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So
just treat everything like you do alcohol.
Yeah, in moderation, and just respect it. Know that it can. Yeah, it's some crazy shit.
No, I mean, as far as regulation goes, you have to be over 21 to get it, and blah blah blah.
I think age on some stuff should be raised past 21. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah,
and you can. Yeah. That's totally okay.
Yeah, because I do.
And then of course our viewers can have this thing. Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know what you think.
That's actually honestly a good question. What if drugs were legal? Let's even just start off with marijuana. You don't have to go with all drugs. Yeah. Like, what do you think the legal age should be? I think 25.
25.
Yeah, I mean, because once the brain's like done, fully developed, because like same thing with alcohol, you could fuck up your brain. You drink too much, you kill your brain cells, all shit. I think once you have a fully matured brain, then by all means.
So, what do you think the voting age should be?
I think everyone is. That's a tough thing. So but here's my stance on voting. I don't think your vote really counts for shit. I think it's all just fake. I think it's just all like a whole like we're gonna pretend that you actually have the ability to vote for who you want.
Well, I mean, mathematically speaking, yes, your vote is very insignificant.
Yeah,
but as a whole,
even then, I still feel like it's fake because like when you talk about the shadow government.
I mean, it's a possibility, but it's clearly obvious that our votes do make a difference, or else Trump would never have been elected.
Well, he had Russian help though.
Oh yeah. They totally made a bunch of Facebook pages.
Hey, I would.
Look, I'm just saying, people that voted for Trump, a Russian didn't tell them to do it. They were going to do it.
No, they're not saying that the Russians told them. They're saying that like the Russians like changed the polls.
Well, that's not what happened because the FBI investigation just literally there were just articles made that were it made small media tip in Trump's favor because they didn't want Hillary Clinton in office.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where I feel on voting. And personally, I don't vote. I don't know about you.
Right.
And everyone
I do. I take part in the
voting process.
The voting process. I'm a big believer in the electoral.
I mean, I don't. So here's the thing: is most people like, oh, well, you don't vote. Here's the thing: I don't bitch.
Yeah,
I never complain.
I mean, and I'm not even like that. Even if you don't vote, I think you should still be able to bitch. That's all about the First Amendment, man.
Yeah, well, sure. But I mean, personally, I didn't take part of it, so I'm just gonna stay out of it. That's gonna be my thing. Yeah. And whoever's my president. That's my president. That's how I feel.
Right.
But back to the voting age thing. I think once you're able to, when you're smart enough to actually honestly make a good decision, and study your candidates and see which one you actually believe in, not just because. So it was when Hillary was campaigning, she had all these fucking like rappers and shit come up on her stage. Right. I'd be like, oh wow, that's Jay-Z. Jay-Z's my idol. I'm gonna vote for Hillary because Jay-Z and Hillary are tight. Represent. No.
So. Do you believe voting should be an IQ-based thing?
No.
Not even IQ, but intelligence?
Not necessarily, because then I feel that we would, honestly, most people wouldn't be able to vote if that's the case.
Right.
And that's a sad thing. But I feel like it should be done, I don't know what the age should be, because I can't say, because every person can be different. Everyone's going to mature differently. So I feel like if at the point in time that you honestly believe that you're not a dumbass, and you can actually choose a candidate that you believe in, like legitimately believe in, like you support them through and through.
But then
that's when. But I mean,
how do you regulate that?
That you can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it should be done by.
So should the voting age be raised to the same age that you believe you should be allowed to do drugs?
If that's the case, I'd say no. Go back to like what you're 18, you're able to be drafted in the war and go fight. I think
you're able to volunteer at 17.
You just gotta have parents. I was gonna say, don't you need parental consent?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So I guess everything should be controlled to an extent. Not like you can't do it at all like it is right now. I think it should be controlled to an extent. That way, so you don't have kids so young already just getting drunk and high.
Yeah. But that's always gonna happen.
Yeah, no
it's
matter.
already illegal for kids
But
to do it.
if it's legal, I think some people might be able to say, well, I can just wait. What's the issue?
Yeah, right.
Versus illegal versus, well, why wait when it's going to be illegal when I'm 25 versus, I am here at 8.
My thing is, if you're like, look, when you're a teenager, when I was a teenager, I drank.
You're young, dumb, and full of cum, man.
So if you push that age limit up, I think it's just going to make kids ignore the law more because it's like, man, I got to wait all the way to 25 to do something. Well, I'm just going to do it more. See, to me, the especially if you did that with, say, heroin or cocaine or meth or whatever, the problem where it comes from when you raise an age limit like that up to 25, because between 18 and 25 to an 18-year-old, that's forever. You know what I mean? So they're going to be like, I wonder what the appeal is. Why is it illegal? I'm going to go do this. Whereas, if you just legalize it outright, of course, made an age limit, say 21 or 18, you could really, I believe you can really educate people more.
Well, I think education should be a big thing. And I think self-control should also be a huge thing.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I was a teenager, I smoked and drank too. I mean, but I never did it excessively. I was always smart about it.
Oh, and man, I was always excessive.
I wasn't. And I think that goes back to like kind of what I was saying on the voting thing. I don't think you can put an age on it, but I think people should be able to realize that I'm committed to this. I actually give a damn, and I know what my options are and what they actually believe in. I think it comes down to self-control. I think that's a big thing.
A lot of things come down to self-control, and I just want to have a disclaimer out there. I do take part in the voting process, what have you, but I'm not a big believer in it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm what people would call a minarchist.
Explain.
Basically, I believe government should be pushed down to the smallest level possible.
I can get behind it.
Totally decentralized, where basically it's townships and counties that is the government.
Mm-hmm.
And if you push it down to the smallest level possible, there's more power in the people in your voice.
Yeah.
Instead of having to vote or protest a government that is huge and is in some cases 2,000 miles away, you don't. You can just go to town hall and have the entire people hear you.
And let me reiterate on the voting process. I believe on the national level, I don't believe it really means shit. On the county level and all that stuff, I believe it actually does make a difference. It's so small, like you said, you actually make a difference. You're
right.
Like, I don't know how big the city is that we live in. I think it's like under 20,000, right? Like 17, 18,000.
I don't know.
Like that. Whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah, one vote can make. I mean, well, of course, it can make one vote can make the difference nationally, but of course more so than the smaller level.
Yeah. Not only that, but one voice. Be heard way easier.
Yeah, exactly. I can go outside and start saying like, "Hey, this guy's a douchebag. This other guy's not too bad."
Right.
And then everyone be like, "Well, let's hear this guy."
You can start a movement way easier.
Yeah, versus when Trump got fucking voted in and all that shit, and some bullshit like that.
I gotta say that was comedic gold when he
that was
elected.
Priceless.
Oh my gosh,
that was hysterical.
And I don't know. But yeah, push government down to local. Not only that, let's say you lived in this town and say some fascist got elected as leader of the town. All of a sudden, the town was fascist.
Mm-hmm.
You had goose steppers walking around town, right? You're not about that. Well, if you lived in this country, it's going to be very hard to leave the country if the whole country went fascist or communist or whatever evil government of choice, right?
Yeah.
And but if it was just your town, it's a little cheaper just to move to the next town over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Instead of trying to leave the state or the country, all you gotta do is look for an apartment in the next town or next county.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that today's podcast would be so political.
I know, neither did I.
That's crazy. I actually like it. It's a pretty cool change of pace.
Yeah.
So, I guess go ahead and, take a little tension out of the air, because I guess for most people, political talk is probably like, it's one of those things that people like, what's the word? It's where it's kind of like a thing that you kind of stay away.
Yeah, no, I just don't think they should, because like
it's a real.
It's very important.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it is a real thing.
And I think, babe, the issue with it is once again self-control. People can't have a conversation without being like, offended. Fuck you. You're wrong. I'm right. That's it. You need to be able to hear both sides.
Yeah. People tend to put themselves in a
closed-minded
vacuum chamber.
Yeah, where they're people with their opinion, and their opinion are the only ones that matter.
Yeah.
And anyone else is fucking wrong in their
right.
So, But so I saw that, because I don't know if you've been noticing that Toys R Us is going to be closing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
yeah.
I figured I saw that up here, so I figured we'd talk about it, man. Did you ever go to Toys R Us?
When I was a little kid.
I went a few times. I mean, it was kind of like I guess, as an adult now, when you think of like the Sam's Club where you can buy shit in bulk.
Yeah, that's exactly what Toys
R Us.
R Us was.
Toys R Us is you could just like go like fucking mega store for toys.
Like, yeah, that's what it was. I remember being a kid though and being really pissed off at Toys R Us because of the false advertisement in their commercials, or what I viewed as false advertisement at the time. But like I remember specifically they had these water guns. I don't remember what they were called, but they were advertised as ice cold water guns.
I know what you're talking
and
about.
like you put some ice cubes in it, and in the commercial, this dude sprayed his friends, and they froze rock solid into ice. And I was really pissed off that I couldn't do that.
Fuck you, Mom!
I was just spraying cold water at people and being like, "Freeze, damn it!"
Like, why isn't this working? This is defective.
Getting pissed off.
I need to call my local authority.
I need to call my lawyer.
Yeah,
this shit's not freezing.
I need to call my local representative.
I wanted to be like fucking Dr. Freeze from Batman.
Oh, shit. Who
Take two of these and call me in the morning. And there was these other toys they sold that were sold like to be like magician toys and shit.
Yeah,
I forget what they were called, but it was basically the one I had was like this little plastic case. It was flat and square. And you could put a quarter in it. It came with a key, and you could stick the key through. It was like, oh, you're sticking your key through the quarter. And I was so pissed off because I stuck the key through, and you could literally just see the quarter moving to the side. I was so pissed. I was like, this sucks.
This bullshit magic is fake.
That was the last thing I bought from Toys
You lied to me, Chris Angel. No, I was really, when I was really young, like maybe like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I was really pissed off at Santa Claus because I believe Santa Claus at the time. And so I told them, I was like, hey man. So I was really into Jurassic Park. Like Jurassic Park came out, I guess, at some point in time when I was a kid. I don't know what year. So they had this fucking T-Rex that would eat the dude, and like his you can like stick your hand up in his gut, you can pull the dude out. I didn't fucking get one.
Really?
Yeah. So like
I had that
years later, Mom was like, "Yeah, we never could find it." I was so pissed off. I was like, "Oh, where's the fucking T-Rex that eats the man?" That's why I literally called it.
Yeah.
That should have been the toy title.
I had that.
T-Roy said, "Well, fuck you, dude. Your childhood was clearly better than mine."
Maybe it was. I also had the other. I had the set. So you could buy that T-Rex that eats the dude. Then you could buy another toy, which is a dinosaur that you literally popped a chunk out of its thigh of.
Oh yeah.
And it had the red.
I had that one.
The bite mark. Well, it was part of that set, so you can have the T-Rex eating that dinosaur.
Yeah. See, I didn't have the T-Rex eating the dude. I just had the. Oh yes, you somehow lost some of your quad.
I had that. I also had a lot of Power Rangers toys.
Oh, dude, Power Rangers was the shit.
Yeah, dude.
I never saw the new one though. I never saw the new one. The newest Power Ranger movie that was created like a couple years back.
Oh, you mean the one that was supposed to be like realistic and gritty? I remember watching the trailer for it.
I never. Awesome. If it hasn't even released, I don't know.
I don't think it has.
I don't think it has.
I think they were gonna do it, but they got sued by the parent company that actually owned Power Rangers.
Let's find out. I was gonna type in Toys R Us movie instead of Power Rangers. Power Rangers.
Welcome to the saga of Toys R Us. Bum bum.
Can we get out of debt? Let's find out. Coming in 2018 to a theater.
Toys R Us-ception.
Yeah.
Directed by Christopher Nolan.
So I believe it did. It says
really. I gotta see this.
Let's see. Let me see. I'll see what's
all right.
Oh yeah, 2017. Power Rangers 2017.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even fucking know. A group of high school students who are infused with unique superpowers.
Yeah, we know the plot of Power Rangers. It's the same in every series.
You don't know that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Except for that one where it was aliens. That one sucked.
You know what I loved about it? Is every time that like they would like strike, someone would get like hit. It'd just be sparks, like no blood. Just
dude, I loved it. Yeah, dude. Or the I like Zordon. He's my favorite. Rangers.
Yeah. Did you see the video where Zordon's racist? I can't remember who was.
No, man, I need to see that.
It is great. I'll have to show
you. Oh
yeah.
I did see it.
And Alfalfa, the Mexican dude.
And Alfalfa was like freaking out.
Yeah, dude, it was too good.
Yeah, that was actually really funny.
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh man, but nah, man. So the Blue Ranger guy, Billy, the guy that played him, he said he left the show because he was constantly being bullied by cast and crew for being gay.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a trip, ain't it? That'll kind of fuck with your childhood right there.
Yeah, that's
because I remember being a kid before I even knew what gay was. Watching this dude, I'd be like, something's different about that dude. No, I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah,
and not to say there's anything wrong with being gay.
Yeah, no, there's not.
So something was not the same about him that was about the rest of the dudes.
Yeah,
on the show.
He's just a little flamboyant, I guess. Maybe
I don't know what it was. Maybe my gaydar was going off. I don't know. Maybe I had gaydar and I didn't know.
MK Ultra, Ultra Night,
Ultra Night, I need your help.
I'm having these strange feelings. He's like, oh, dude, it's just your gaydar. Don't worry.
It's just your gaydar. Just
gays are people
that dude's
too.
gay.
He just opens a cold beer. That dude's just gay. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
He's a human too. So I saw this, and to all our Assassin's Creed fans out there, apparently it's gonna take place in Greek. Or Greek in Greece in 2019.
Why not English?
Right. Greek, it's all gonna be Greek.
Oh shit, dude.
The whole game is just gonna be text, and it's all gonna be in Greek.
Yeah, it's a text-based RPG, and you make your decisions.
Yeah,
you have to keep track with pencil and pen.
Yeah.
It's like one of those old DOS games.
Yeah.
Like Zork.
Better first.
Yeah, you got to keep track of where you're going. I proceed north, turn east.
Yeah.
Pick up torch.
Better start brushing up on your Greek.
Oh shit.
Because the next game sounds pretty crazy.
So yeah, what's going on about it?
So that's all it is. That's I didn't really click on the article. I think that was pretty good information. That it's just gonna take place in Greece in 2019. I'm not a big
is it ancient Greece or modern Greece?
It's gotta be.
See, if it was
ancient.
modern Greece, it's just a bunch of greasy hairy dudes. Everyone's broke.
Buy my pasta. I'm on a boat. Mediterranean stuff.
They're not Italian, man.
I don't know how to do Greek.
terms.
Do I look like a Greek guy to you?
It's more like, I'm kidding. If anyone's Greek, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we love you. We love all people.
I love you, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read into it, but that's cool, man. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed
I hope
guy.
it's ancient Greece.
It's got.
See, it would be
no
cool. It would be cool if that in ancient Greek mythology, where you could play like you run into like Theseus and the other ancient Greek heroes.
Dude, speaking of which, I saw this. So you know about Sisyphus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I saw this fucking meme.
Well, explain for the people that don't know.
Okay, so Sisyphus is the guy who pushes the boulder up the mountain or hill, whatever the fuck it is, and it constantly rolls back down, right?
Yeah, and he's constantly trying to get
and he was punished by the gods for giving fire to man, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just want to confirm with you that I was correct. It's been a long time since I've been to school. But so I'm assuming it's Hermes. Goes up to him, he's like, so Sisyphus, we got a new punishment for you. He's like, okay, what is it? And then they show Sisyphus in a fucking cubicle wearing a suit or a shirt and tie and just screaming. You know what the funny thing is? That's true. Yeah. I wonder how many people out there and just a fucking, any of you guys in a fucking cubicle just listening and just like you feel that's your life, comment, let us know, man. Fucking hell. But try to change it. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, we've already talked about this. But my thing that I've been wanting to get onto about that, because we already talked about it, try to change it, be yourself, do what you want to do, dream to dream. You could fail. Don't be scared of failure. Yeah, because you're gonna go, you're gonna fail, you're gonna get back up, you're gonna keep going, you're gonna fail again, and you're gonna keep failing. Thing is, you only need to succeed once. That's all it's gonna take.
That's all it takes. Yeah,
you don't know when your next try is gonna be a success, so keep doing it. Don't stop trying to get out of that cubicle.
Yeah, get the fuck out of the cubicle. Yeah, change your life.
Yeah, humans aren't meant to be in a cubicle.
So I want to show you this. I don't listen or watch much news and shit. So Huckabee Sanders.
Mm-hmm. So she's the press secretary at White House.
So Jim Carrey apparently drew a monstrous, quote unquote, painting that many feel looks like her. What do you think?
I could see the similarities. It's obviously a caricature.
Yeah. I think it's a little closer to life than most people think.
It's a smart character. She's not a pretty woman, but I will say this: do not ever get on her bad side, because I've seen like little press conferences, and she's a very shrewd woman. She's straight to the point. Yeah, that's look. I don't care what people are gonna say or anything, but that's the one thing that I support out of the White House is her. It's because she's just shrewd and honest.
Oh, that's great.
Like she'll call out the press when they're being bullshit, because everyone knows the mainstream media. They're liars. They don't report the real news. They only tell you what they want you to know. And she's like, how come no one's talking about this?
Yeah, exactly right.
She'll literally like pull up memes of the media.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I guess I can get behind people like that.
Yeah, she's just honest.
Yeah, we need more people like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's where I'm at on her. That's where I stand on that.
Yeah. Well, apparently Jim Carrey, stands a little different.
And that's fine. I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So
go
check out
the. It was a good painting, Jim Carrey.
Go check out the painting. Just type in, Jim Carrey paint, monstrous, quote unquote painting. Go check it out. It's a pretty interesting painting. I mean, I didn't know Jim Carrey painted. That was actually
he's actually
pretty fucking good.
One thing that's really awesome about Jim Carrey is he got into psychedelics so many years ago.
Yeah, I kind of kind of caught that feeling.
I read this article that he's prepping for a role in a movie. I don't know what the movie is. I don't know the role. But he went and isolated himself on a farm and did nothing but shrooms for like a month straight.
Holy shit.
To get prepared for the role.
Wow, that's crazy.
I love that man.
Yeah, I mean...
Especially, who's going to hate Ace Ventura? 1 and 2.
Dude, heck no, dude. Those are classics.
I'm not back in 15 minutes. Just wait longer.
Yeah. I love it, dude.
I know.
Those movies are fucking cool.
Or even his early career on In Living Color. That was brilliant shit.
I never...
It was basically Saturday Night Live, but for the African-American community.
Uh-huh.
And Jim Carrey was like the one white dude on it. Whereas Saturday Night Live had like 1 or 2 black dudes on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually really, really funny shit. And Jim Carrey, that's kind of where he got his start on like the TVs and the movies and stuff like that. It was awesome.
I mean, I've enjoyed some of his movies.
I've enjoyed literally most of his movies. I didn't like 23.
I didn't even watch it. So I guess it sounds like I'm missing out on that.
No, it's about Dr. Pepper.
Oh, really? Oh, I guess 23 flavors and all that.
No, it was basically a number conspiracy movie. 23 is popping up everywhere. But I think Dr. Pepper went to piggyback on that because after that movie came out, then you started seeing the number 23 on Dr. Pepper cans because they have 23 different flavors.
Wow. Oh, so they just stole that?
Yeah,
like, hey.
I think they were just piggybacking on that.
Yeah, the number 23 means something. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 Dr. Peppers in a day. That's how you get them addicted. 23.
Stop eating apples. Stop Dr. Pepper.
Just drink it.
Don't keep us away.
Yeah, don't keep us away. An apple a day. Just what have you... I wonder how many people have actually done that.
Eating an apple a day?
Well, that too, but... How many people have like gone to the doctor's office and the doctor's coming at them and they just pull up the apple like, fuck off, motherfucker!
I don't think anyone has done that.
You don't know, dude. We live in this...
I know, there's 7 billion people on the planet.
Yeah, at least one person
could have happened.
May have just been like, dude, I don't want you to touch my balls today, man.
But I do believe that if there's anyone out there that does it, they will be the first in human history to have done it. That's a bet. That's a dare.
That's a dare. Grow some balls and do it.
I double dare.
I know.
Be the first human in history.
Get it recorded.
Do something. Be someone. Hold your apple to your doctor. And be like, stay the fuck away.
What if they hold the stem like if it's like a grenade too? Like, I ain't afraid, man. I ain't afraid. Fuck with me, dude.
And the doctor's like, what are you talking about? But this is going to keep you away.
Yeah. You literally... Yeah.
Oh, dude. All right, so I'm not propagating anyone does this. But go to a doctor's office. Don't even walk in. But for once a day, leave an apple at the door. 1 time a day. Could be red apple, Granny Smith, doesn't matter. Leave it like on the porch, like right at the front door of the office. It'll keep the doctor away.
But I like how that saying kind of like treats like doctors like they're vampires. So
I know.
I guess like once they get out of medical school, like, oh yeah, here's your PhD, here's your robe, here's your hat, here's.
By the way, your weakness is apples.
Yeah. We're gonna inject you with I don't know some pineapple bullshit or something. I don't know. What's the opposite of apple? Fuck, I don't know. Like diabetes. They just give them diabetes.
No, it would be a vegetable. The opposite of an apple.
The fruit vegetable. But no, like, like the whole thing that apple's healthy for you. So, if you eat the apple, you'll not have to go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. So they just like give them like sugar. They just like inject sugar into their veins. So now all doctors are like sugar mummies or something. And so like once they get the apple gets, and you're like, oh no, healthy sugars. Not processed sugars.
Healthy sugar.
No! And, like he just like explodes.
I gotta say, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling that theory.
Hey, man, it's just a theory. Just a theory.
What I do think is cool, because you're talking about how when doctors graduate medical school, and they get all their shit.
Yeah.
In Finland, when someone gets their doctorate, it could be in any subject, but when you become a PhD doctor in Finland, instead of getting just a diploma and a hat, they give you a top hat and a sword. And that's how you know that somebody has a PhD in Finland, is when they're wearing a top hat and carrying a sword.
Dude, I'd be going crazy. Like, especially if it was like a legit sword that you could actually use.
Well, it is.
Okay, well then I'd start like just cutting shit randomly. I'd be like, I'd just go like do like the market square, like playing Fruit Ninja in real life. And then like once everyone's like, oh my god, they're freaking out, like, calm down. You put on your top hat and you're like, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
No, what would happen is all these other PhD dudes would run into the street and fight you.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they'd all pull out their swords. We gotta stop this guy. He's making doctors look bad. We gotta stop him.
What if it was actually a Dr. Royale where there could only be one stand?
Oh, kind of like a Highlander, but for PhD doctors.
Yeah. Like someone made Super Smash Brothers into real life. Like
Highlander for PhDs.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Every time it's almost like the rule of two with the Sith.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so every time somebody's studying to get their PhD, they have to go kill the
they have
previous
to go
doctor.
kill. It's like getting into a gang or something.
Yeah. Blood in, blood. Oh shit, dude. What if to get your PhD it was blood in, blood out?
Stephen Hawking had his PhD.
What if he didn't want to be a doctor anymore?
They removed him. That's the only way you get out. Yeah,
blood out,
motherfucker. Yeah, he was just like, oh shit. He's like, all right, I'm done with this doctor bullshit. They're just like, all right, motherfucker. We got you.
Fucking A.
Man, I know you like energy, right?
Kinetic energy. Gonna conserve your fucking energy.
No shit. Jesus. Oh. By the way, did we mention that we love Stephen Hawking?
But blood in, blood out.
Blood
once you're a doctor, you don't leave.
You don't leave. Especially if you're in Finland. Fuck.
I know, right? They're one step closer to blooding out.
Right? What if they only made like so many top hats and stuff? So like,
so there's a quota.
Yeah. So once they're done killing the other guy, they get the top hat.
And they pass
kind of like brush off the blood a little bit, but you can see all the stains.
No, I can see how the dude just wipes it off of his shirt. And he throws it to some random dude. You're the next.
Good luck, motherfucker. Don't disappoint.
Don't disappoint us.
Don't disappoint us.
So all PhDs in Finland are it's a mob.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't disappoint us. Now go to that store and collect the protection money.
Yeah. No shit. Don't forget, you got clinicals in 3 hours.
Well, that's a medical doctor. You could be a doctor in like a different subject.
Sure, whatever.
I mean, yeah, if you get your PhD in music,
so are there different types of gangs then? Like, oh, dude, no, history.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck science. It's all about
the
history.
social sciences, the physical sciences. Yeah. Then you have of the physical sciences, the earth-based sciences, and the engineers and the physicists. They're all fighting each other.
That's a lot of fucking.
Yeah, and of the social sciences, you got your historians and sociologists fighting each other.
Finland needs to find out what the fuck's going on over there.
Oh fuck, dude!
World War III is already happening. Fuck.
And it's in Finland.
It's all in Finland. It's just Finland.
And it's top-hatted swords.
Produce thine rapier.
Produce thine rapier.
I don't have one.
Well, you better produce something, you dumb fuck.
Sword in, blood out.
Ooh. That sounds like a porno.
So Finland's all about pushing everyone to get their doctorate, having like this crazy battle that happens underground, and porno.
God, Dr. Royale.
All right, fuck Fortnite and PUBG for all like game players.
It's Dr. Royale.
Go Dr. Royale and just go to Finland. That's where the real shit happens.
Yeah. I recommend don't become a doctor in geology because it's very small. You want safety in numbers, all right, guys? Mm-hmm. So get your doctorate in something easy, like I don't know, history.
Shit, I don't know anything.
Well, I mean, it's just reading and memorizing.
Yeah.
So get your doctorates in that. That way, it's safety in numbers.
Yeah.
All right. Don't like I said, not geology. Don't get a doctorate in bug science or whatever. Mm-hmm. History. That's a safe way to go. Or sociology, political science, the social science.
Yeah.
That's where you go. But speaking of crazy easy doctorates, there's this woman in the UK a few years ago. I don't remember exactly when. She's the first woman on the earth to get her PhD in texting.
What?
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about the phone, correct?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, what's even more bullshit is I think that she got out, couldn't find a job, and now she's complaining that everyone's oppressing her because she's a woman, but rather her degree is fucking useless.
She should have gone to Finland. She could have fought them off, and she would have had them. Oh, but
no, she would have been the only texting doctor.
Oh shit,
she would have been the only one.
As soon as she got it, they would have shut up.
As soon as she got there, she would have been fucking.
They would have been swinging their swords, be like, "Hey, bitch."
Yeah, you come to wrong. So you go to Finland, and it's like the Warriors over there.
Oh, shit. Done fucked up.
Come to the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, and that's the only time every other fucking, the doctors will unite. Mm-hmm. It's just like some bullshit reason to have a PhD.
Right.
Like, you done fucked up. You fucking ruined our name. Now we're gonna fuck you up and ruin your name.
Yeah, it's the only time they unite. Like if you got your degree in basket weaving or texting, for instance.
Yeah.
Oh, we're coming after you.
It's on, bitch.
That's fucking awesome. I want to see this. The Warrior. Call it the Warriors. 2 PhD.
Title in the works.
Yeah, title in the
Title in
works.
the works.
It's a working title.
But I would love to see like a little YouTube short film of this. I think that'd be
let's
great.
make one.
Oh, dude, we should. We should just get a few people. All we need is top hats and some swords.
We need top hats, decent camera.
Yeah. I think this would be a good idea.
All right, that's project in the work, guys. Y'all got it.
Yeah.
The Warriors PhD.
Yeah.
It's just a working title again.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think that'd be cool.
All right, we'll bring it to our fans.
Just find like an empty field.
I don't know why they all sound like pterodactyls.
Maybe that's what happens.
Whoa.
We don't know. We don't know what happens.
By the way, please excuse the podcast door.
Yeah.
It's squeaky.
Yeah. Someone needs to use some podcast WD-40 or something.
Yeah, podcast grease would be nice.
Yeah, maybe there's like a doctor in Finland that can help cook us up.
Like a
WD-40.
A podcast materials doctor.
Oh, shit. But he's next.
I'm sure that exists.
Maybe.
If some dumb lady got a fucking PhD in texting. Like, what? I'm gonna go get my PhD in socks. Dirty socks. Not
dirty socks.
They're gonna be dirty socks. Used socks. I'm gonna study where socks go when they get lost in the washer.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna study
you'll be studying
the journey of socks, how they come from factory to store, the psychological reasons behind why people choose certain socks. Yeah.
The coloring behind socks.
The correlation between attraction of the opposite sex and sock height.
Yeah.
Whether it's below ankle, at ankle, or way above.
Oh shit! Oh god!
These are the questions bothering mankind.
Yeah, this is why
I'm gonna team up. I'm gonna team up
restless
with the texting doctor lady, and we're gonna see if there's any correlation between sock height, sock type, and how much people text each other. Like who texts who most often, what kind of texting goes on between people with their sock height.
Yeah, can we get a top hat and a sword? We need one of those now.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we need a podcast top hat and a podcast top sword. Top sword.
Top sword.
It's gonna be the number one sword. It's the top sword.
The top sword. Behold the top sword. It's the best motherfucking sword to ever be. Yeah. And it's gonna be a podcast sword.
I got it like turned into like a
90s commercial.
Tom Cruise movie, Top Gun. For some reason, my mind went to Top Gun.
Oh really?
So you could be like flying around like F-18 jet,
and swords are flying out of. No, it's a gun that shoots swords. It just fires swords out of this jet.
Oh, dude,
call it supersonic sword.
Oh shit!
People love alliteration. Get ready for my supersonic sword, bitch!
Supersonic sword! Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy.
That'd be pretty rad.
I'd watch that movie.
So would I.
Fuck yeah. Top sword. Boom, shing. Coming at you, supersonic speed.
The Enola Gay that dropped a nuke on Japan is just a bomb full of swords.
Oh, dude, imagine that.
That would suck.
A rain of fucking swords.
It would suck, but if you lived, it'd be awesome. Because you had a bunch of swords.
I survived a fucking raid of swords.
And then you had a bunch of swords to use.
And then you could go take on Finland.
Oh,
shit.
Hey, if anyone's got a bomb of swords, rain that shit.
Right. Man, fuck, what's that name of the movie with Mockingbird or not Mockingbird?
Mockingbird? You mean Dumb and Dumber?
Mockingbird! No, I'm talking about the movie where Candace, where she like fights, like, they pick people from like a certain district to go fight. What is it called?
Oh, the Hunger fucking Games?
Yeah, whatever. Mockingbird.
Candace?
That's her name is Candace.
Is it? I don't remember.
Something like that.
It's not Candace.
It's like It's
Katniss, you faggot.
I don't give a shit. It obviously shows how much I care about the books or movie.
Hey, Candace, you gotta go fight for our district up at the Capitol. Come on, Candace, and bring me back some Newports.
Fuck, I forgot where I was going. Oh, yeah. So instead of so that's what Finland is all about. They're just one giant fucking movie about that. They're just a Hunger Games. They're like a Hunger Games nation. So they give people swords like, alright, good luck. It's a jungle out there.
Welcome to the jungle. That's the only song that plays nationwide in Finland. It's on loudspeakers.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Every
jungle.
time someone gets their PhD. Yeah, for real.
And that's when everyone knows to go on the hunt.
Yeah, the normies high. Oh, actually, they don't have to.
No, they don't have to. They're not involved.
Just walking around there every day. Only people are like battling.
Doctors battling each other. It's like Finland's an anime.
Yeah, no shit.
There's just people battling each other, and there's just people shopping. Like, wow, that's going on.
Oh, look at Hans. Hans is okay.
They're not, dude.
I don't know.
Wrong Finnish name.
And
wrong accent.
Okay.
So Germany, you got Germany, and of the Scandinavian nations, Norway and Sweden are more Germanic than Finland. Finland is more Slavic.
Okay, well,
Should be around
I could have either
Russian
done it
time.
in an American accent or just to try to bullshit.
Well, you're fucking dumb.
Look at Hans. Hans is.
Hey, go look at Hans, yeah?
Did you know Hans is in to win it for the PhD of the year?
Oh, wow.
I like how he became Canadian.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
I did not know that.
What if that, you know, like how people like fantasize about their favorite athletes? What if that's what they did with their doctors? Hans is number one.
Oh yeah, they have posters of their favorite PhDs.
Yeah, and like wearing Hans t-shirts.
Oh, dude, that would be badass. We got to make some Hans t-shirts.
Some Hans t-shirts, that'd be great. Hans to be number one.
Hans number one.
Just keep on changing accents.
Yeah,
it's fucking priceless.
But anyway, guys, that's another episode of Riff Cast.
Fucking good one.
It was. I think it was great. We covered everything. We went serious. We went funny. And hang on for next week, guys, because we have our very first special guest.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited.
Yes, we have Corey from I Buy the Tide Promotions. He's going to be here to tell us all about what he does, the music he's involved with. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, we're going to hit you with some good shit, people.
Also, don't forget to follow us on the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Patreon. Links down in the description. Don't be scared to hit subscribe.
Subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.